Well, howdy, YouTube. Been a while. Sorry, had to go take care of a few things with life and all that. So, I apologize for the delayed videos. I'll be a little more courteous about that in the future. This is Jehoshaphat. This is my boyfriend's stuffed animal that I bought for him a while back. You know, something to hold on to if I'm ever gone for extended periods of time. Anyway, I came across an email today, and it was from a person who is joining the National Guard. As I've said in my previous videos, he shall remain nameless until unless he says otherwise. But anyway, the details of this email being that he was joining the National Guard, and his concern, which I found actually be pretty, like a pretty valid concern, which I think being amongst like all new recruits and whatnot. Not that I'm a recruiter myself. I mean, I'm just saying, I have like a lot of like other friends who are like thinking about joining too, and they have like along the same lines of being, the same concerns as his. But point being, he was worried that people were going to call him out on being gay and whatnot because he's just really worried, and he doesn't want people to make his life a living hell and people to pick on him and whatnot, because he does want to serve his country and he does want to fight. And I understand that. I totally respect that. And my advice to him, and I hope this helps you out, dude. I hope you, are able to take it and able to solidify your decision on whether or not you want to join. You have my full support, and you have my applause. But my advice to him was basically being this: in the military, generally, there's more gays in the military than what the general public is really, really willing to realize. And at least from my perspective, like, everybody in the military doesn't really care if you're gay, bi, straight, whatever, so long as you're able to do your job. And, pull the trigger if you have to, if you need to. And you guard the men and women to your left and right, because we're all held to like certain standards and whatnot, like military courtesy. As I've said, I think in my previous videos, if I didn't, I am now. Because like we're all expected to be respectful to one another. I mean, granted, you don't have to like the person, but you do have to work with them. So, just my personal thing, be respectful is what I had to say. And that goes for everybody, regardless of sexual orientation or whatever. And I also tell them that, just in general, just being in the military, you're always going to have like that one asshole, but it's a new military and kind of like a new horizon and all that, and you're going to have some thick skin. I mean, just in general, no matter what branch you go into, you're going to have some thick skin. Just remember, take things in good humor and in stride. And just keep pressing forward and just keep going with it. Because, you're going to get that one asshole, eventually. I mean, we all know that person, the one that you just want I just want to shoot you in the face. Not literally, figuratively, alright, before I get my ass like a legal bind or something. But anyway, pressing forward. I also told him that, your concerns are very valid. And, you don't let it discourage you. Just have heart and just keep pressing forward, because eventually they're going to see a good soldier, someone who gets the job done, someone who cares about his job, about his country, and, they'll see that, and, his career, will be all the more easier for it, because they don't care what your sexual orientation is, so long as you get the job done and you do what needs to be done. The general attitude of the military, as I've said, they don't really care what your orientation is, as long as you do what needs to be done, right? Yeah, by Jehoshaphat. Anyway, so my point being is that, to anyone who's looking to get into the military and whatnot, and who has concerns like this, my thing to you is that it's going to be okay. Granted, yes, we all hear this, we've all at one point heard the stories about basic when we first came in and whatnot. It's not that bad. And, it'll be it'll be easy. I mean, as long as you just remember it's not going to last forever. It'll be okay. It'll be a lot of fun. You'll look back and I'm going like, damn, that was like the easiest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Like I look back at my base, I'm just like, shit, really? It was kind of easy compared to what I'm doing, but you know, it is what it is. You just it just all depends on what your perspective is about it. And you're gonna, of course, run into assholes, but it's really just how you deal with them and whatnot. You can choose to ignore them, and of course, you don't have to tell people that you're gay or whatnot. You don't have to like wave a flag. I mean, you can if you want it. That's you. Me personally, as I've said, I'm very open in my unit. Everybody knows I'm gay. I have my moments of being a little flamboyant. But, you know, it is what it is, and that's me as a person. But, you know, but just do what's morally right for you, you know, military-wise. You know, just do the right thing, which it's not always an easy thing to do, doing the right thing. But, you know, just kind of have to go with it and just do what feels right, I suppose, at that point. I mean, you can't really go wrong if... All right, let's say that... There's this person at my work who I hated for the longest time, and he was such an asshole to me. And he, you know, would call me faggot and whatnot and all that. But, you know, being infantry, like, we're famous for, like, you know, getting fights and whatnot. And, like, I decked the ever-living shit out of him. And that's pretty much how I dealt with it. But that's the only way I was getting my point across to him, like, you know, I'm getting sick and tired of it, because I tried to explain to him, like, you know, like, in a civil conversation and whatnot, I tried, but, you know, he just really wasn't getting it, and, you know, eventually just kind of knocked his teeth out. But it gets back to my point of, like, do what you know you can, and try to be respectful about it. I mean, granted, yeah, you are probably going to get into fights, you know, no matter who you are over the course of your career, no matter what it is, be it military or in the civilian sector or whatever. It really, the only thing that matters is, like, you know, your personal happiness and how you choose to let people affect that. Me, I will never let anybody affect my happiness. Like, I care what affects my boyfriend's happiness, and in retrospect, he cares what affects my happiness. So, you know, like, things will work and whatnot, you know, no one's ever going to drag me down. And my advice to this person who emailed me and everybody else who's looking to get into the military, regardless of what branch or MOS, just know that it's all in how you look at it. Have heart, have courage. It's not going to last forever. If, you know, you feel like you're in a rut or a slump in your career, it's not going to last forever, you know. Like I said, you know, everyone has at least one friend, right? And in the military, is another thing I said to this guy in the military, like, you know, it's a great place, and you will find some lifelong friends. You know, it's just a given fact. So, you know, you'll find at least one friend. You know, just remember that, you know, you have your family, if you have family. You know, there's people you can go to. Anyway, that's all for this video before I start rambling, and y'all have a good one. I will post a new video hopefully sometime this week again. Like I said, I'm sorry for being late. The last one, I had some shit I had to deal with. Anywho, if you feel like emailing me with any concerns, questions, anything like that, you can reach me at william.v.pack@us.army.mil. Or you can reach me in my Yahoo email. It's foxhound11bravo@yahoo.com. Just know that you're not alone, and it gets better. And have a good day. I'll see y'all later. Peace.